Hello book lovers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eleni. It is so nice to have you back here at my little corner of the internet. So for today's video, we're doing a let's do bookish things, let's do book stuff. We're gonna do my reading journal. We're gonna talk about my September TBR or my fall TBR just in general. We'll see how big things get. Updating a lot of stuff, not just my reading tracker, but like all of like the book sites, Goodreads, Fable, Storygraph, things of that sort. I'm slowly getting out of a reading slump. I'm currently in the middle of still a little bit of a reading slump, but like I said, I'm slowly getting out of it. Just other stuff that I need to do today: film, edit, plan. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you all of that for today. Or I don't know if this is gonna just be a day thing. We might extend it, see how things go, but I still have a lot of things to get done, and I want to take you guys with me. So with that said, let me shut up and let's get started. Oh, okay, so while I'm here, let's talk about current. Making sure. I'm probably like 4 stories up, but I don't know if they can hear me or not. So I'm just gonna wait till she just goes inside her house. I think she's gone for now, so I'm gonna speed this up and be a little quick. But let's talk about current reads, because right before I was doing this little intro, I was filming for a different video, and I'm about to film a little section of my potential reads. So let me go ahead and talk about my current reads right now with you guys. So for my finished reads, like I said, I'm slowly getting out of a reading slump. So the first book that I completely finished since the end of January, when I filmed, I believe it was my 4-hour reading video or some other video, but I ended up reading 3 books at the beginning of this year, which was Alice in Wonderland, Dark Places, and 7 Good Reasons Not to Grow Up, I believe that's what it's called. And I have not read and completed a full book since January. That was like up to the 3rd week of January, I believe. So the first book that I finished completely, and I finished this last week, was Mary Higgins Clark, Where Are the Children? I think I gave this, or not think, I filmed my review of this a little earlier. I gave it a 4-star. I think last week, right when I finished it, I was gonna give it a higher rating, but as I really sat with it, it definitely lowered. So it's a 4-star read for now. And then now I have one more book for that reading slump video that I need to figure out. I'm doing a switching up the genre type thing, or switching up the type of book that you read. The books I have for this, I'm not gonna go too much into detail because that video is gonna do it for me, so I don't want to rehash what I will probably potentially say. But in terms of the books that I have here, I have Fear Cuts Through Water. This is switching up the genre for me because this is like a fantasy sci-fi book, I believe. This is quite a thick read, over 500 pages actually, so we'll see, me in a reading slump, if that's what I'm actually gonna go for. I have The Sea of Monsters, also for switching up the genre in terms of it being fantasy, because I don't really read fantasy that much. I have 10 Things I Can See from Here, right? And this is for sexuality. Based on what I'm reading from the blurb, it's a queer book. This one is for a different type of main character, because this is animals instead of people. Never read that ever. And then The Nest, middle grade. This is also for the fact that the main character is a boy, which I'm trying to wrap my head around. I don't think I read. Which one I end up picking, I don't know. We'll see. But I think before I go ahead and film that, I'm actually gonna go, at least right now for myself, plan out some videos, because that's what I was doing after I originally filmed the review for Where Are the Children. I gave my reading. I was in the middle of planning, so I think I'm gonna actually finish that up with you guys, and then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna record that segment for the reading slump video, and then we'll get into reading, because I want to plan before I read. Perfect, let's go. All right. Okay, I have my bullet journal here. It's my bullet journal, also doubles as my reading journal in the beginning. So this is what we're gonna update a little bit later, but I just recently did my September spread, because I also have like my brain dumps in here. So we're gonna look through my past notes to figure out for potential stuff. Then I have my little notebook here. This one's from Amazon, this one's from Dollar Tree. Amazon for like $6, Dollar Tree for like $1.25. And then I have my brainstorming for video ideas for this channel and for the channel that I share with my twin sister. I have some backlogs for that channel as well, but some like other potential stuff I wrote down. So I have videos that I have backlogs of, and so I made like a little checklist, and I'm slowly making my way editing those videos, and we're gonna edit today. And then on the right hand side, I have for future ideas. Then I have my laptop, of course, it's a little bit dirty. And I'm just gonna open up my Notion and open up my like content planner tracker thing. And then I just went in and changed some dates from the videos that were backlogged. They were supposed to go out since like June. And then a lot of stuff happened, like I went to California, then I started my summer job. And so things, you know, have been put on the back burner for a minute now. So I'm slowly editing those out and I'm scheduling them away. So I managed to, how many videos? 1, 2, 3, 6 videos, I believe, that I managed to so far edit my like backlog and things like that. And so they're already scheduled out up until the 3rd of September, the 3rd week of September. So I went in and just fixed all of that in my Notion, and now we're gonna go in and add in some new stuff. And then I want to go in and plan for Bookmas. I've never done Bookmas before, or any sort of vlogmas in general on YouTube, and I want to. Like, I'm not in school, I have the time to potentially like pre-film a lot of stuff and XYZ. So I want to get a jump on knowing what type of videos that I want to do and what order I'm going to do up until December. So like when we get to around that time, I know like, okay, this is the next video I should decide to like film for and stuff like that. So we're gonna figure all of that out. We're just gonna start. Okay, so a little update here. That took a lot longer than I intended it to. I did have everything written down in different places, my iPad, my little Dollar Tree notebook, my bullet journal, but I thought like, you know, just read through everything, take 2 to 3 minutes, put it into kind of like the order I want to release the video in, or the order I want to film it in, and like just add it to my calendar. That was not so easy. But yeah, I did want to go up until December, since everything was written down. The only thing I had to like actively think of and like plan actually was what I was gonna do in December. But I only managed to go up into November because some things actually didn't make any sense anymore and things didn't work out. So the whole Bookmas planning or even Vlogmas planning will be left for a different day. Right now, I think I'm going to read. I want to read. So we're going to read. My sister, all she sings is K-pop Demon Hunters. Love that movie. I watched it 3 times now. Anyways, that's besides the point. I want to read, so I'm going to film the section of me showcasing the books for that I could potentially read for the reading club video for I think the last method in the video, and then I'm gonna go figure out which of those books I'm going to actually go ahead and read. Okay, so I'm not reading like I wanted to. I roomed over my choices for the specific video, for the method, for that reading slim video. I just, no, nothing is gelling with me, and I don't want to force myself to read any of these books because I'm trying to get out of reading slump. I don't want to get upset and then kind of get disinterested with reading, because that's not what I want. So what I'm going to do now is start my other task, and then when I get back in the mood for reading, or when I figure out what I can do to get myself to pick a book that I'm interested in reading, then I'll go ahead and do that. But for now, I'll give myself a break from that and do some tasks for this video. Let's figure that out. I think I want to make some sort of drink, and then I think we'll get started. So I decided on reading Jasmine Ward's Let Us Descend. It's like American, like a retelling of American slavery, reimagining. The other 2 options I had were Willa of the Wood, which is a fantasy book, and then The Vicious Grace, which is a fantasy romance book. I'm putting a pause. I read the first couple of pages, maybe like the first 6 or so pages of Let Us Descend. The language is very, it's a different language style than I'm used to. So I find myself having to reread the book a couple of times, or reread what I just last read to like understand what I'm reading. But now like I'm about 6 pages into it. I'm getting the hang of like the writing style a little bit. It's just because it's nothing that I'm used to, but I'm getting a hang of the writing style a little bit. So I am going to continue reading, but I'm going to do it a little bit later because I want to see while it's still like a good good enough light source and it's not too dark out to do any other things that I need to do that I need the light for. So I'm editing the reading slump video right now, and so I'm filming, editing because that video really should have gone up like a week ago at this point. So I'm trying to like edit as much as possible, and anything new I'm trying to like edit that in. So let's go do some editing and then we're gonna figure out what our next steps are. So let's get into what the book is about. I Remember You synopsis reads, 17-year-old Lucas is a star hockey player who's headed for the Marines as soon as high school is over. Okay, so it's been 2 hours later. It has officially been nighttime, and I'm gonna work on my reading journal. I said I was gonna do it a little bit earlier while there's still daylight, but I just kept editing, and I'm liking where the video is right now with my edits. And so I did like 2.5-ish passes for editing. So now I'm just gonna continue watching some YouTube. It's very atmospheric right now with like the mood and the setup that I have going on here. I have the lamp, I have my bullet journal, and then right after I do my quick little updates for the journal, I'm gonna continue reading. So it's a really good position. I still have a little bit left of my coffee, so I'm gonna finish that up as well. And yeah, I have it's on the table, but I have my supplies, and we're just gonna go ahead and start with the updates. I have not updated this bullet journal at all since I originally created the setup back in January, specifically the reading journal part, because like I said, this is my regular planner and journal and whatever for everything else in my life. So I've obviously been using the bullet journal, just the reading journal section at the beginning I have not touched since I originally made the setup, which is really bad. So we're gonna have quite a bit to fill in probably, and I'm gonna shut up and we're just gonna kind of go through that right now. Okay, so Fable has book clubs on it, and I'm probably not gonna do this tonight because I have to still update my Goodreads and then my Notion, but I do want to join a book club before this year ends because one of my reading goals, and plus I want to be able to connect more with people because I don't really have like reading friends, and there's no way for me to ever like, really talk about books unless I just do it here for the camera. So I do want to join a book club. Okay, so I updated my Goodreads, and then now I'm updating my Notion. So I've created a digital library last summer on my Notion in my like library reading tracker log thing on Notion, right? But I never got through of importing everything. A couple months ago when I organized my book collection, I'm behind on that video, but the video should be out before this one, or maybe it's out after this, but I organized my book collection. I scanned instead every book that I own, made a little thing on Goodreads to host all the physical books that I own, so that I can export it as a CSV file and import it in Notion that way, so I didn't have to manually do it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I started doing that right now. I imported everything that I have. It's not every book that I own, for the fact that I originally marked everything onto Goodreads. I have acquired some new books, I think about 6 or 7 new books. So what I'm going to do is, I think I showed it, but I had learned about a Notion extension called Save to Notion, and you can have that extension linked to different applications, and then from within those applications you can save something and then link it to whatever Notion board you have the extension for. So for new books that I get, so the ones that aren't originally marked onto Goodreads, and any other new books from there, I can scan or type it up into Goodreads, open up that little page on Goodreads itself, click on the extension, and then it would automatically import it into the Notion template that I have. So I'm going to test that out in a little bit, but right now I'm just kind of going through the CSV columns, like the columns that were provided from the CSV file. I'm going through those and deleting the ones I don't need, and then another time I can go in and add those new books and use the extension. It's currently 9:02, so I'm just watching some YouTube. I'm gonna do that, and I think after this part I'm probably gonna go read. Like, I still want to read, so we might do a little nighttime reading session if I'm feeling up to it, which I hope I am. But if not, I'm going to the hospital tomorrow, so while I'm like waiting around, I will carry the book with me regardless. So so many shadows going on right now. This is from my laptop, but anyways, I am an hour and 42 minutes into doing this, and I'm gonna just stop here. I'm gonna cap it here. Another time I can sit and kind of like look through all of this, because I have like a little under 300 books, or about 300 books. So during, like, I was like grouping stuff into series. I was, doing things, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, the type of genre. Is it like romance, YA, fantasy? Is it memoirs, autobiography? Like, I was doing that, but doing that like nearly 300 times. Yeah, no wonder it's an hour and 40 minutes later, and I'm like, why am I still here doing this? So I'm gonna cap it like for what I have right now. But I think it's like a good progress, and I was going to try out the Notion extension. I'm gonna do that a different day. I just want to get off this laptop, take my glasses off, go find something to eat, because it's already 10:45, and like I missed my last like eating hour, but I'm gonna still eat because I'm starving. And then we'll see if I read more tonight. Before I find something to eat, this is the state of what my area kind of looks like. I have some books on the couch here. I have my fan, my scrunchie, my pens, my markers, my iPad, which is very dusty, my little notebook, the book I was reading, pencil pouch full of my markers. I still have a little bit left in my coffee that I never finished. I'm just gonna chug this right now so I can wash that when I go to the kitchen to eat. Some markers, this lamp, and over here we just have my laptop and the charger and the remote and stuff. And then not me working through my reading slump by watching somebody else work through their reading slump. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm in the store right now, and then head to the waiting room. I've been reading. I'm gonna put a pause on my reading actually right now because I brought my iPad with me, so I'm gonna get some work done, either editing or some art stuff done. Yeah, that's the plan. That's my little update. Talk to you guys later. Good morning, guys. Apologies, I think you're crooked. You're stacked on a couple of books right now on the couch. But anyways, last night I slept on the sofa couch because I just kind of wanted to sleep in the living room. It's 8 right now, a little after 8 o'clock. I'm gonna spend the morning about an hour since I don't typically like go and like eat breakfast right away. I'm gonna spend the morning doing some reading. Okay, so apologies for how I look like before. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna spend my time reading this book for the fact that today is Friday. If I don't nearly finish this book or almost like complete this book by Sunday, I won't be able to read again until like Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, since I have like back-to-back appointment dates, and so I just doubt I will be reading during those days. And you know, since I'm currently in a slump, I want to use the time that I'm free to fully finish this book. So we're going to go ahead, spend our morning reading, then we're gonna do some artwork. I'm going to then go ahead and eat some breakfast. If I have any more editing to do, I'll do some editing. I have a video that I'm filming tonight, so I have to prepare for that. And then we'll get into, before obviously I do that video tonight, we'll get into the September TBR, and then we'll cut this video off pretty nicely. So stick around for a little while longer, and I will talk to you guys soon. It is the middle of the afternoon now. What did I do today? I ate breakfast, I showered, woke myself up. I did some editing also in the morning. I'm going to sit and do some art. I want to incorporate my art into this channel. I just have to figure out like how I do it, because I do post my art separately already. So I don't know if I want to like merge and mix that up here, or if I do only exclusive type of artwork that I can specifically show on here and then keep this other separate work that I already do the way it's always been separated. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe in a future video you'll see that. But anyways, let's get into our September TBR. Also, the books, they all like are cohesive together, which is pretty cool. First and foremost, we have Let Us Descend. You already know I'm filming my reading slump video as I was recording this video here, and so obviously that video came up before this one. Maybe I'll flip it around. So you probably already seen this, or at least my thoughts on this book, whether I finished it or not, for that video, so I won't dwell on it too much. But this is American slavery reimagining, retelling, historical fiction. The first book for my TBR is Let Us Descend. The second book for my TBR is Percy Jackson's The Sea of Monsters. This is book 2 in the series. December-ish of 2023. I read book 1, or reread book 1, and I never continued past that. So hopefully we get to continue this now. The third book that I have is Pumpkinheads. I've had this one for a while. I think I got this when my college bookstore closed down, and earlier this year I really wanted to read it, but I literally told myself I'm gonna wait till fall to read it, and so it's a perfect perfect time to go ahead and read Pumpkinheads now. I'm gonna read this seasonal Halloween fall book. And then for the last book for this TBR is Roller Girl. This is from my little sister's book collection. I read this years ago when she originally first bought it. I had asked if I can read it, but I don't think I ever finished the book. So we're gonna do a little bit reread for the beginning. And it's another graphic novel. I think it fits. We got 2 chapter books, 2 graphic novels, very similar color scheme. Sometime in October I'll probably do some sort of wrap up and give you my thoughts on the book then. But that's what my September TBR looks like. I thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure having you here, and it's been a pleasure getting my shit together and getting some stuff done. Let me know your thoughts down below on my September TBR and what you are reading. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys and see you guys in another video. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Woo! Bye bye.